Two different school boards are now taking action against the consultants they hired to complete background checks on former Superintendent Ian Roberts. Both say the companies failed to verify immigration status and educational history. Good evening to you. I'm Samantha Mesa.
I'm Erin Kiernan. Thanks for being with us. The Des Moines School District is suing the firm it hired, that's JG Consulting, for breach of contract.
Senator Charles Grassley says the federal E-Verify program should be a part of the process. WHO 13 Zach Fisher is live at the State House. Currently, the program is not required, Zach.
That's right, Samantha. And actually, there was 2 attempts to pass it through the Iowa legislature over the past 6 years, both of those failing as a result of not being able to make it out of the Iowa House. But it looks like there could be a 3rd attempt upcoming this session. The Iowa Senate Majority Leader Mike Clemish tells me today, quote, "The Ian Roberts situation has highlighted the need for policies at the state level to combat illegal immigration." He continues, E-Verify and other issues to address illegal immigration will continue to be a topic of conversation for Senate Republicans. Here's a look at how many states in the country have some type of E-Verify mandate. Some could mandate all employers, that's public and private. Some just mandate public employers, so those state laws differ. Iowa, as mentioned, does not have any type of E-Verify mandate. More than 20 states in the country do. So what is E-Verify? It's the website here. It's a free voluntary program that employers in the state have used in the past. This takes place after an I-9 employment form is filled out, which Roberts indicated he was a U.S. citizen on his form. The verification program checks with the Department of Homeland Security if the employee is eligible to work in the United States, regardless if they indicated they were a U.S. citizen or not. So the first attempt to mandate this at a state level came back in 2019. It was the following session after the death of Molly Tibbetts, a 20-year-old Iowa student who was murdered while jogging on a route near her home in Brooklyn. The second attempt came in 2024, once again passing out of the Iowa Senate, but failing to gain any traction in the Iowa House. There's a lot of business lobbies that were registered against it out of liability concerns in the bill. This resulted in 0 action in a House subcommittee. Now, DMPS also indicating yesterday that they're going to consider using E-Verify in the future for future hires. If this is mandated at a state level, they will have to. And I want to make one thing clear here, Samantha. The E-Verify program is used by employers, so not necessarily a state level entity could use it unless they're the board that you'll talk about here in a second, or a consulting firm wouldn't be using E-Verify, but it would be a district or the employer using it to verify an employee.
Every day there is more unfolding with this, and we'll continue looking into it. Zach, thank you.